The NBA is on the verge of expanding again, and the possibilities are endless. We all know how important the game is, not just in the United States, but around the world. Fans are more passionate than ever, and cities are stepping up to prove they deserve to host the next big NBA franchise. In July 2024, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver made it official. The league would start discussions with team owners about potential expansion later in the year. This move has fueled excitement among basketball fans, especially in cities that have been vying for their shot at an NBA franchise for decades. Today, we'll look into several cities that could be the future homes of NBA teams. From basketball hotbeds to international hubs, we're covering everything you need to know about where the next NBA team could land. We'll explore the history, the passionate fan bases, and what makes each city a prime contender. A look back. The NBA has a rich history of expansion, relocation, and transformation. In 1946, the league was born with just 11 teams. Over the years, as basketball's popularity grew, so did the league. Teams have moved, expanded, and changed names, shaping the league we know today. Currently, there are 30 teams, 29 based in the US and 1 in Canada, the Toronto Raptors. Expansion isn't just about adding more teams, it's about growing the sport, reaching new markets, and giving fans more chances to see NBA action live. Every time the league adds a new city, it changes the landscape. Cities like Oklahoma City, Memphis, and Toronto were once considered long shots, but now they thrive with passionate fan bases. But where will the NBA go next? A basketball-crazy city. Let's start with Louisville, Kentucky, a city with basketball in its DNA. Louisville is a place that lives and breathes basketball, with the Louisville Cardinals consistently drawing huge crowds and dominating the college basketball scene. Despite all this love for the game, Louisville doesn't have an NBA team yet. But what makes Louisville such a strong contender? First off, they've got the infrastructure. The KFC Yum Center is a state-of-the-art arena with a seating capacity of over 22,000. It's already proven it can host large basketball crowds as the home of the Louisville Cardinals, one of the most storied programs in college basketball history. Plus, Freedom Hall, another Louisville arena, is packed with basketball history as the former home of the ABA's Kentucky Colonels. The Colonels were one of the most successful teams in ABA history, even winning the ABA championship in 1975. Louisville's fan base is loyal and passionate. The city already fills arenas for college basketball, and it's hard to imagine that wouldn't translate to the NBA. A proven sports town. Next up is Kansas City, Missouri, a city that's no stranger to professional sports. Kansas City previously hosted the Kansas City Kings, an NBA team that played there from 1972 to 1985 before relocating to Sacramento. More people means more eyes on the games, more revenue, and more excitement surrounding the team. Plus, Kansas City already has an arena ready to go, the T-Mobile Center. This modern venue holds just under 19,000 fans and regularly hosts events like the Big 12 men's basketball tournament and NCAA tournament games. The city's shown it can draw basketball crowds. But it's not just basketball. Kansas City has a passionate sports culture. The city is home to the Kansas City Chiefs in the NFL, the Kansas City Royals in MLB, Sporting Kansas City in MLS, and the Kansas City Current in the NWSL. Adding an NBA team to the mix seems like the natural next step for a city that consistently supports its sports teams. The Steel City's hidden basketball love. When you think of Pittsburgh, your mind probably jumps to the Steelers and Penguins, but don't overlook the potential for an NBA team in this sports-crazed city. Pittsburgh has a rich sports tradition, and while basketball has never been the city's top sport, there's a history of professional basketball that could be revived. Pittsburgh already has a modern, NBA-ready arena in the PPG Paints Arena, which can hold over 19,000 fans. In fact, Pittsburgh has hosted professional basketball in the past. What's interesting about Pittsburgh is the city's potential to surprise people. When the Detroit Pistons were rumored to be considering a move to Pittsburgh in 2013, fans were buzzing with excitement. If the NBA were to expand to Pittsburgh, it's likely the city would embrace it, adding basketball to its impressive lineup of professional sports. Canada's next NBA city. Now let's head north of the border to Montreal, Quebec, the second largest city in Canada and one of the biggest markets in North America without an NBA team. With a population of over 4 million, Montreal is a massive untapped market, just waiting for an NBA franchise. Montreal already has the infrastructure for an NBA team. The Bell Centre is a state-of-the-art arena that can hold over 22,000 fans for basketball, and it regularly hosts Toronto Raptors preseason games. The city has also shown interest in bringing the NBA to Montreal, with businessman Michael Fortier leading efforts to secure investors for a team as recently as 2018. Vancouver, British Columbia, a second chance? Speaking of Canada, we can't talk about NBA expansion without mentioning Vancouver. The city was home to the Vancouver Grizzlies, who entered the league in 1995 alongside the Toronto Raptors. While the Raptors have since become one of the league's most successful teams, the Grizzlies struggled in Vancouver, eventually relocating to Memphis in 2001. The Rogers Arena, formerly known as General Motors Place, is a world-class venue and the former home of the Grizzlies. Given the city's growth, enthusiasm for sports, and strong infrastructure, Vancouver could be a fantastic option for NBA expansion. Expanding into Latin America. Looking outside of the US and Canada, Mexico City is one of the most intriguing possibilities for NBA expansion. The NBA has been slowly building its presence in Mexico City. Mexico City has two major arenas, Palacio de los Deportes and Mexico City Arena, each with a seating capacity of over 20,000, proving the city is ready for top-tier basketball. With NBA Commissioner Adam Silver expressing interest in growing the league's presence in Latin America, Mexico City could be the next big step in making the NBA a truly global league. The birthplace of basketball. Finally, let's take a look at the Hartford Springfield area, a region rich in basketball history. Springfield, Massachusetts, is where James Naismith invented basketball, and it's home to the Basketball Hall of Fame. While the two largest arenas in the area, XL Center in Hartford and Mass Mutual Center in Springfield, aren't quite up to NBA standards, the proposal suggests building a new arena in a smaller town between the two cities. However, there are challenges. The northeastern US is already crowded with NBA teams, with the Boston Celtics, New York Knicks, and Brooklyn Nets all within driving distance. But the history and passion for the game in the Hartford Springfield area can't be ignored. The future of NBA expansion. So which city will be the next to get an NBA team? It's hard to say, but the competition is fierce. Louisville offers a basketball-crazy fan base and a state-of-the-art arena. Kansas City has a proven sports market and an NBA-ready arena in the T-Mobile Center. Pittsburgh has a loyal fan base and a rich sports history. Montreal and Vancouver offer untapped international markets with massive potential, while Mexico City represents the league's best chance at expanding into Latin America. Hartford Springfield is the birthplace of basketball, making it a sentimental choice for NBA purists. No matter which city gets the next NBA team, one thing is clear. The league is growing and the future of basketball is brighter than ever. So, what do you think? Which city deserves an NBA team the most? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more NBA content, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update.